how I do this. And if you see my tweets from the past, you know this is probably one of my favorite players. As a Cowboy fan, I had to watch this guy knock out a few of my guys. But hey, at the end of the day, I got one of the best safeties that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Kam Chancellor's in the building. How you doing, Kam?
I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed. Thank you for having me on your show, and then we're gonna have a good time.
I love it. I love it. So before we get into Kam Chancellor Enterprises, I always start off with favorite players. Maybe it was a different sport. You're a tall guy. You may have been a hooper. We're going to find out. But just for you, football-wise, growing up, who were some of your favorite players?
Well, because I played every single position growing up, my favorite player changed a lot. When I played Pee Wee football, I was a running back, so my favorite player was Emmitt Smith.
Okay.
When I moved to quarterback in high school, it was Mike Vick and Vince Young.
Okay.
You know, I tried to do things to dress like them, to move like them on the field. Couldn't do it, but I tried my best. And then when I got to college, I was moved to safety, and it became Sean Taylor.
Yeah,
And that's when I realized, people said I was too big, too slow to play safety, but I saw Sean Taylor, who was 6'4", 230-something, and doing a really good job at playing safety. So I went and put the work in. My coach, my trainer, saw the potential in me also, and he helped me put the work in and polish up my craft. And the tenacity part was just natural.
Yeah. It's crazy because you mentioned Michael Vick, then you go to Virginia Tech. How crazy is that? That's how the world works, man. So you being a safety, and I'm going to have fun because I do this thing called Mount Rushmore, right? And I know it's on the spot, and there's so many great guys, but I'm going to key in on a certain thing about a safety for you. If I just walked up to you and I said, hey, man, you're one of the hardest hitting safeties I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But if you could tell me on the mountaintop, if you could think of the 4 on the Mount Rushmore hardest hitting safeties, who would your 4 be?
And again, this isn't 4 people that solidified as the hardest hitters in the league.
Yeah.
This is just 4 people that I think are really good hard hitters. Ronnie Lott. That's one guy that knock your block off. Brian Dawkins. Again, Sean Taylor.
Okay. Kind of throw yourself on there. It's okay.
No, I ain't gonna throw myself in there. I want to give it to everybody else right now. I mean, people give me my flowers. I'm gonna give the flowers to everybody else. The last person I would probably say, it's so many, but I'm gonna go with John Lynch.
I like that. You name Hall of Famers, so yeah. And everybody's terrified of them at the same time, which is great. So, the Legion of Boom. You know, for me, you always hear about like the names, the cool names. Like me being from Dallas, we heard about the Great Wall, which is the offensive line. You know, all kind of cool names. But then the Legion
Curtain,
Steel Curtain. You got SMU, the Pony Express, different things like that. The Legion of Boom comes around, and like I look up, and then obviously Brandon Brown was 6'2", 6'3",
6'4",
6'4". There you go. I shortened the guy. Sherman 6'3", right?
6'4".
6'4".
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, and then we have Earl. I knew a lot about Earl because Texas and all that stuff. And then I look over and I see the safety, and I'm like, they can't be a safety, man. They just can't be. That's a linebacker. Because I'm used to seeing a guy like Roy Williams, right?
Yes.
Who was a hard-hitting safety as well. And you guys just made an impact instantly. And y'all fed off of each other's energy.
Yes.
And when I looked at a guy like you, momentum in games is a real thing. You laid some hits on some people where the game sort of went left after that. Can you talk about just the uprise of that? Because like you guys y'all solidified in a different way. And for me personally, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that from a secondary.
Well, first and foremost, the Legion of Boom was a culture. And in order for us to create that culture, we had to know one another from the heart, from the inside out. Started with the heart. You know, we met in 2011, and it was over a basketball game. It was me, Richard, Earl, Walter Thurman.
Okay.
It might have been a couple other guys that weren't a part of the Legion of Boom, but just on the team. And we were playing basketball in LA Fitness. This is the first time we're ever meeting. We're going to go play basketball, just getting a workout in. I think the lockout was happening or something that year. And the way that we the synergy and the way that we connected with one another on the basketball court said a whole lot, and we all gathered that wisdom together. The love that we had for one another on that first encounter playing basketball was infectious, and you could tell that each player was very genuine. The effort, like, we don't know each other, but we're giving max effort for one another. Like, it was those things. It's almost as if we already knew from the jump that we can count on this person because you can see what they're doing on the basketball court. We haven't even hit the field yet. So that's a little bit of the culture of what we formed from the beginning. And then after that, we transitioned that over to the field. That came close on the field. We knew the communication on the field was good. We knew how to talk to each other on the field. We knew how to correct each other on the field in a loving way, and we could trust that it came from a good place. And then I remember our DB coach saying, "Yeah, you guys leading the boom. Yeah, this little small group, y'all leading the boom, but can you bring the team with you?" And that's when it hit us. That's when we formed Legion. Legion was the whole team. Love our brothers. LOB, love our brothers. And that's the whole group. Because anybody can, we could have did it all by ourselves, but we can't win everything by ourselves. We can beat LOB by ourselves, but you can't win by yourself. So it's about bringing the team along and, spreading that infectious love, care, empathy, compassion, all that stuff for one another. And once that spread amongst the team, it was infectious, and everyone was selfless. And you're talking about a team full of alpha males. Like, we had dogs that respected one another from the inside out, man. That's something hard to find, but it got to start at the top and it spreads down. So,
wow. And I'm a highlight guy. And, of course, like I said, there was an infamous Sunday night that I was watching a football game. And, of course, my Cowboys are down and bad and out. So I got to find a team to start just watching, right? And I'm looking in the camera and saying this. I'm watching the 49ers versus Seahawks. One of the most underrated rivalries, I think, of the time, because people don't talk about just the wars that y'all had. How great those teams were. Patrick Willis and Navarro on one side with, with Justin. Oh, man, the guys. And then y'all got y'all's team, of course. The hit. And I know he's your guy.
Yeah.
The hit you put on Vernon Davis, I think I've never, I've seen some hard hits. Yeah. As a Cowboy fan, watching Warren Williams, see him lay out guys. But that hit is just two big guys. Like, Vernon Davis is a big guy himself. But all of a sudden, it's like the blur of the camera, the view I saw it from, you don't even see you come in the camera, and all of a sudden, there's a blur like a train. Just when you hitting guys like that, do you know it's like you crack somebody, as they say, or just, what is your first instinct on that? Because, you just gave it your all. You're a guy that just, not so much through your body, but, you just cracked people. Man, you just say, you know what, if I'm going to hit you, you're going to know I hit
you. Yeah. Dang. I'm trying to think which part of that you want me to answer. So
you can start with the highlight, the hit.
Okay, so the hit. Again, this Vernon Davis is my dog, man. That's my dog right there. I want everybody to know that, first and foremost. That's one of the questions I always get is, what you got against Vernon Davis? Nothing at all.
It's competitive nature.
And I told him once before, it's the quarterback. Quarterback staring things down, setting the players up. It's something that a great safety kind of picks up on. And, that was kind of just a result of that. But when it comes to running through guys, or hitting people, my mindset is don't think about it. I already trained myself mentally by watching film. I watch how, guys ticks. I watch how they move. I watch the psychology of them when they run into people, if they slow down, if they turn it down, if they, how they hit people, if they turn to the side. I look at every single thing, and tendencies, mannerisms, all of that stuff. I pay attention. I understand body language. So that's one thing I train myself with during film, so that when I'm in a game, I already know what I'm going to do. Now I just don't think about it, and I just run, and I go. And the form tackling and the way you do it, I already trained myself in that way also. So I'm already prepared. And one thing that Russell Wilson used to always say, the separation is in the preparation.
Wow. Okay. I love it. I love it. I want to talk about post-football, because a lot of times with athletes and, just being able to talk to a lot of athletes, when they're in the sport, they kind of don't know what they want to do when they're done. But it seems like you made the smooth transition, and I know it's tough. Your whole life, you grind to play football. You're like, you point at this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be great at it. But then all of a sudden, it's gone.
Yeah.
You made a smooth transition. Obviously, we got to talk about the brands and what you got going on right now. I want you to just talk about that and the importance of why you should be ready post-football. Because a lot of guys think that football lasts forever, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
You could be here, you could be gone quickly.
Yeah, so my transition wasn't smooth at all. It may look like it on the outside, but it wasn't smooth at all. And the reason it looked like it on the outside is because from a business standpoint, I was already aligning things. But from a human standpoint, I didn't have that aligned. I wasn't ready for the emotions that came to my mind and, all the thoughts that came to my head after, stopping playing football because football blocked all of that stuff out.
Sure.
Like even people saying negative stuff to me, whether that's social media or whatever the case is, football always drowned it out and blocked it out. So when I stopped playing, it's almost like everything just came right back to me, and I had to deal with it. And it made me think violent thoughts at first. Yeah. It's like, oh no, I got to go say something to this person. Yeah. They said this back to me. When? Back? Oh no, I got to say something. That was the first thing. Yeah, I got to find you now. Yeah. That was the first thing. But then, having a praying wife, the right partner, having a pastor, a chaplain that prayed for me, had my back, and then also another big thing was vets. Older vets randomly was reaching out to me social media. Hey man, what you experience right now is normal. What you gonna experience on this side? And then one of the guys was like, man, but on this side, it's beautiful. Wow. I said, whoa, and I just leaned into the positive stuff instead of the negative stuff. Wow. And that helped me out. And also counseling, getting counseling, getting some help with how to compartmentalize your thoughts and know where they're coming from and letting them pass through and not sitting on those thoughts. Wow. That was a big thing. But then as far as the business, that allowed me to really put my mind into the business and not bring all this toxicity into the business. Yeah. So that's when my wife and I, we started Chancellor Enterprises. Well, it was already started in 2014, but we really took the reins of it and really pushed it. So Chancellor Enterprises it's our enterprise where, again, in football, I already won my Super Bowl in my industry. Yeah. So now we want to help other people win the Super Bowl in their respective industry. Wow. So it's angel investing. It's investing into startups that we see value in, value in, and also investing into businesses with intrinsic value, cool, innovative ideas, just things like that. But it also, the thing about the people that we invest with, we don't want to invest on a transactional level. We want a relationship. We want to build one another up, and that's what it's about. And again, it gets to the human aspect and everything. Everything we see, that stuff burned, money burns, stuff will go away, but this human aspect, that's eternal life. So that's what we're kind of after with Chancellor Enterprises.
Chancellor Enterprises, everybody, please look that up. We'll make sure to post website, social media, and everything for that. 2 more quick questions, man, from me. So I like talking music, right? Let's just say we go back to 2011. Mm-hmm. I'm at the 12th man, and it's booming. They're playing music, as you know, getting everybody going. All of a sudden, the song comes on. It is named Kam Chancellor. Who's the artist that does that song for you?
Wait, 2011? There was a song called Kam Chancellor?
No, I'm just saying. If
it was. If it was, it was so let me go get some of them royalties, man. Yeah.
It may actually be now. We may have to look this up. But no, just like, let's just say, if you could pick any artist to do your song at that time, who would do the song?
Hey.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question.
You can make it, I'll make it fun for you because dead or alive. That makes it easy. Because I know you're thinking like 2011 was out. Yeah.
Shoot, in that time, in that era when I was busting heads and stuff, DMX.
Oh man, you got to go X.
X.
Rest
I
in
can
peace,
hear
man.
Oh, bam, bam. I can hear. I like that. I can hear X, man.
And by the way, if you do have a song like called Kam Chancellor, I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna let my guy know, and we're gonna find out. But last question for me, man. Just passing the game along NFL wise, I see you talking to someone that's at this East West Shrine event right now. I want you to talk about that relationship. It's just like mentoring these young guys. Because yesterday I interviewed a safety from Colorado, Cameron, and I had him mention this Mount Rushmore safety, so you got mentioned.
Oh, man.
And
Appreciate that,
and he's
man.
a hitter. He likes to
appreciate
hit.
that.
So
Dang.
just talk about passing the game along, man, and just being able to be that voice, man, because, you know, a lot of times even in my industry, it's hard to find that person that I can go to, like that OG or someone. And I'm pretty sure you probably had that at times where the OGs don't want to talk to you because they feel like you're taking something from them.
Yeah.
But it seems like you are really involved in just wanting to help, wanting to be the voice. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, how can you grow if you don't teach? Each one teach one, and then anybody can do something alone. You got to pull people with you, man. That's what life is about. Don't leave people behind. Pull people with you, and that doesn't mean give them all your resources. Sometimes it's just give them some of your wisdom. You know, share some of your scars. You know, that's pulling people with you. Again, I'm here at the East-West Shrine Bowl because this is a bowl I played in 2010. So I know the expectations of the scouts, the coaches, and the demand that's going to be placed on these players while they're here. And my nephew is actually going through this now, and this is his opportunity to show his resume and do his interview, because this is what it is, showing your resume and your interview. So I had to be here because I had people that were with me along my walk. They didn't necessarily have the wisdom that I had because they didn't go through the ranks, but they were still here on my walk, keeping me, doing the best that they could with the wisdom that they had. But now I have a type of wisdom that can really be shared with my nephew and anybody else I kind of encounter, you know, that the Lord moves me to. And it's a responsibility with that wisdom. You know, my nephew, I mean, if I know that it's a trap over there, I'm not just going to let my nephew just fall in the trap. Like, you know, I'm going to give him a heads up. It's your choice now. I'm telling you it's over there, but it's your choice still. You still got free will to make the choices you want to make, but at least I can give him some real sound judgment and some wisdom on his journey and let him know the expectations of what's about to happen in the league he's about to go through.
Wow, that's amazing. You know what? I did say this was the last question, but I want to name.
We got two more. You forgot sports bar.
I'm gonna get to that. I want to end with that because I'm a food guy, so I got to ask you. So, but this question here, and obviously you played against some of the best, right? I'm gonna name 3 guys, just off the top of my head that you played against, and I want you to just real quickly describe them.
Okay.
The first guy that comes to mind, I don't want to do it because of the Super Bowl, but like Gronk.
Yeah.
You played against a guy like Gronk, and I think obviously both of you guys are Hall of Famers in my book because of just, man, the intensity that both of y'all brought. Can you talk about facing a guy like Gronk? Because you obviously tight ends at that point were just catching balls at an unreal rate.
Yeah, no, man, Gronk was a heck of an athlete, man. Like, he was a freak of an athlete. I didn't know he was that tall until I stepped on the field with him. I'm like, dang, you talk about David and Goliath. This dude was but you know the thing is, and he wasn't like a mean person though.
No, he
wasn't a mean person at all. Like I feel like we both respected each other on the field to where we can just compete, go hard. Energy was good. We just go hard and, you know, next play. You know, it was a healthy competition. But I mean, the way he got open, the way he ran his routes, you know, how crafty he was. I mean, then he had an excellent quarterback that put the ball on the money, man. But also he made some exceptional catches too. So I mean, Gronk was just freakish of a tight end.
Wow,
freakish of a tight end, man. So much respect for him.
So another guy I want to bring up because y'all played against each other, I believe, maybe twice, maybe once, but he played the wide receiver position. Obviously, he was a Cowboy, Dez Bryant. Because when I think about impact and I think about, like, tenacity, like, man, I don't know if I would want to be in a room with both of y'all and y'all giving a speech for a guy. I may actually run through a wall and may hurt myself. But facing a guy like that is physically, you know, he's physically gifted too. A big guy, sort of a bigger receiver. He takes the impact. And y'all had some wars, man. And can you talk about just facing a guy like Dez Bryant, who was the bigger receiver, and, you know, just having to face that?
Yeah, so I personally didn't get to face him a lot. Richard Sherman or Brandon Brown, those were the guys who had to match up with him. But I saw the matchup. And he was physical. You know,
Yeah.
he was one of them ones that you just can't do what you want to do with him.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you do what you want to do with him. And again, that's another person. You better respect this game. You don't respect this game, he going to turn it up. Yeah. And once he turn it up, ain't no turning it off.
Turn it off.
So he was one of those guys, man. His hands, again, exceptional hands, catch everything, man. He's he's one of those guys that's just fun to watch play. You know, but again, I didn't physically get the chance to do one-on-ones with him because he's on the outside, he's a receiver. But watching him, man, I'm definitely a fan.
Love it, love it. And last player I can think of, I'll just stick to the Cowboys because of tight end.
I see you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I got to make sure I highlight the Cowboys. We ain't had that much success against
them. I know who you about to bring up next, so I might as well start talking about him.
Go ahead.
Jason Witten.
82. There you go.
Jason Witten, yo. I think he was the second tight end that gave me that work. And when I say that work, meaning he had so much experience, he knew how to draw the flag.
Didn't do nothing special.
Nothing special. Not as fast.
You knew what was coming, right?
He just knew how to draw the flag. He was crafty with his routes. He knew his spots on the field. Romo knew him well. Again, not a mean guy, just a hard worker. Never seen him take a play off. And all these guys you name it, never seen him take a play off.
Wow.
They fit that caliber of NFL player that you want on your team.
All right.
And again, Jason Witten made me better.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you made that. Yeah. I can't imagine that impact.
Yeah.
Big dudes like that, because he's a big boy too.
Yeah, we didn't really run into each other much because I'm usually checking them.
Yeah.
Man to man and stuff like that. So it wasn't really no big collisions. I might have got him one time out of the post, but that's about it.
All right.
Yeah, a little free seat to him. That's about it.
And this last thing for me, so man, I love food. And see, this is my thing because sometimes I do travel and I go places. Now I know I need to go to a place.
Yep.
And I want you to just talk about this because it's one thing to have a business venture in a restaurant, but you dedicate this sports bar to something special to you.
Yep.
I want you to talk about it. How do we get to it? Where exactly it's at? And I need to know, what should I order? What's the number one dish? Talk about it. Let's go.
Okay, so the restaurant he's speaking of is Legion Sports Bar and Restaurant. This is in Bellevue, Washington, Lincoln Square area, Suite 50.
Okay.
So Legion Sports Bar started from the idea of what Legion is. Which the brotherhood, which is the qualities of their brotherhood, the characteristics of their brotherhood. And again, that's what we wanted to spread amongst the community that supported us. So when it comes to Legion, we're just not trying to build a company, we're trying to build a culture. Culture of good people, culture of kind people, a culture of people who care about one another, uplift one another, and support one another. Because everybody has dreams. Everybody has dreams and aspirations. Yes. And if we can do our job well in here, whatever that job is in the building, if I can do my job well to help this person get to their next level and to their dream, that's what Legion is about. So that's what we're trying to spread, and and it's been infectious, and we've been, starting to get the right people into the building and to create that culture. And we want to continue to spread that culture around the Pacific Northwest because people saw the Legion, but they didn't really know what the Legion is. So now we're trying to spread that amongst the culture, the neighborhood.
So I walk in and I'm going to say, hey, Cam told me to get this.
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
So there's quite a few things. Our number one seller, which is wild. Well, first off, we're a Southern-inspired Americana restaurant.
There you go.
Southern-inspired Americana. So, you got the catfish. I would tell you get some catfish for sure. Catfish nuggets is what I call them.
Check mark.
Yep, catfish nuggets. The Bam Bam Smash Burger.
Oh.
One of the hardest hitting smash burgers you ever
eat. It music in my ears now. I'm starting to sweat over here now.
The Bam Bam Smash Burgers, which our number one seller. We got some really good pasta, Cajun pasta.
So y'all going all out.
Jerk chicken in it, regular chicken. You can get shrimp in it. The list goes on, man. Collard greens, candy yams, we got it all, man. So whatever home cooking meal you're looking for, we got it. And then we got bread, banana cream pie. It just don't stop. It just don't stop. So you got to get out to Seattle and you got to try out Legion Sports Bar in Bellevue.
Well, y'all see me sweating because that means the food is on my mind. And I know what I'm ordering. I'm just going to get everything. So I will be up there, actually, because I got to go do some Seattle Storm work. So I will be up there supporting those ladies. I got to check it out now. It's official now. We got the man here. But, Cam, we obviously had a conversation prior to this. I really appreciate you. And I want to say this because it's not so much about giving flowers, right? But thank you for pushing on the sport, pushing on the brand, being true. Mass B had this thing called True, right? And I always use that reference because staying true to yourself, staying true to what you are, believing in yourself, I think that's a big thing. And you push this game a long way, and it inspires someone like me who didn't get out there and do that work that you did. But in my field, that competitive nature, I appreciate you. Just keep being who you are, keep inspiring because, believe it or not, man, like talking to these kids and talking to some of these young men, they saw you and you're impressionable to them. And I appreciate that because hearing your name yesterday, ironically, and I see you today, which same thing with Ronnie Brown yesterday, seen him and then he pops up and got it and talked to him as well. So just keep being you, man. And thank you. Just for every sports fan out there, whether we criticize you or we loved everything about you, we hated the team, or we loved every hit that you made. Thank you for being you. Continue to be you. Be great. We're grateful for you, man.
And I can say the same thing to you, man.
Yes, sir.
I just want to appreciate you for
yes, sir.
Seeing the human aspect in me when you first approached me.
Oh, yeah. Now, if you was on the football field, I would have stayed away from you. If I saw that black shield visor, I would have took off running and be like, man, we ain't got it.
And I believe that the Lord is doing something special in your life.
Yes.
I don't believe that encounters are just random.
Temporary,
Yeah, I don't believe that. It's what you do with it, it's up to you. But I don't believe that encounters are random. So I believe that the Lord is really moving in your life, man, and he's directing you to certain people so they can say certain things because the message ain't for me, it's for somebody else.
Wow.
So, I appreciate you doing this and creating a comfortable setting and environment for me. But you didn't know what type of setting I like. You didn't know nothing about me, but you know what I'm saying? That's how the Lord worked, man. And, I just appreciate you, man.
Well, shout out to all my Seattle people. You know what time it is. We had to make a group outing for this. I'm going to be up there for the WNBA ladies and chop it up with them. So, once again, Cam, appreciate you, man. We got some good things going on today with the East Restaurant game. We're going to be talking again. Everybody, I'm going to be posting all the info to the restaurant, everything in there. Please support my guy. Just show up, show out. Make sure that you know that you go in there and keep supporting.
Yes.
Every time he posts something, like it. Share it on your story. You never know when one person sees it, changes everything. Appreciate you, brother.
Legion.
That's it. Yeah.